Welcome to 3way.Social. In this series of videos, we're going to be covering exactly how to get the most out of the platform. So let's get stuck in straight away. When you first sign up for 3way.Social, the first thing you're going to see is the prompt to add your domain, and that's where it all starts. If you want to either receive links to your domain or give links from your domain, you must first add your domain to the platform. It's very simple to do. You simply head over to this button here and click Add Domain, and you're going to have two choices. If you just have a couple of domains, then choose Add a Single Domain. And here we can just go through the process however many times, and as we'll see here, you're just going to be asked a couple of questions, starting with the URL of your domain, then the category that best represents your domain, and your default keyword. For example, what is the primary purpose of your website? What keyword encapsulates that? Once we've completed those, then we finally have the site guidelines for either link insertions or guest posts. And obviously that will be determined by the services that you can be providing from your site. And then finally, we need to ensure that your website passes our acceptable website policy. And essentially that means that your website is not spammy, it's not a PBN, it's not anything that's going to detract from the value that we're trying to provide as a service. So we make sure that every website on the platform is a quality website. Once you've done that, click Next, and you're going to see your website appear here in the My Domains list. Alternatively, if you have a lot of domains, you can choose Add Multiple Domains, and you've got a choice here of either entering in the domains line by line, or, which I think is a better route, downloading our template, adding all your domains in a spreadsheet or a Google Sheet, and then uploading that file. And that means that you can put in the categories, any guidelines, etc., all in your sheet and upload it. It's certainly the quickest way to go if you have lots of domains. Once you've added your domains, as I said, you're going to see them here on your dashboard with the list of all your domains. And you can see here I've got a couple of domains in my account as well. And you can see the core metrics that we pull through for each domain, starting with Ahrefs domain rating. And then on top of that, we're looking at the estimated monthly traffic and your spam score, obviously, as well as your category. And all of these metrics then provide each domain with its own credit value. And that's one of the core pillarstones of 3way.Social, making it equitable for every user. Every domain has an assigned credit value based on the quality and value of the domain, based on its Ahrefs rating, its traffic, its spam score, and the category it sits in. So therefore, we truly are comparing like with like for every link, so you know that the value of the link that you're buying is relative to the links that you could be selling. So therefore, everything is fair. Like I said, that is a core premise. In addition to that, another core premise of the platform is the safety. Not only is it fair and equitable, it's also safe. And what that means is that any links that you buy on the platform are guaranteed. If for whatever reason those links disappear and we're not able to resurrect them by talking to the original person that posted that link, you'll get your credits back, which means that you're always getting exactly what you pay for. And the other really cool thing about the platform is the discoverability element. And we're going to jump further into that in the campaigns in the next video. Once you've added your domains, simply select the View button next to the domain that you're interested in either exchanging, buying, or selling links for. Once you've clicked View, you're going to see the domain management view for that selected domain. Now there's a couple of things we'll see here. We're going to see at the top obviously the domain that you're in, and we're going to see a repetition of the core metrics that define your credit rating. In this case, traffic, rating, spam score, and credit value. In addition to that, you're also going to see the services that you're making your domain visible for on the platform. So irrespective of the services you select here, you can still buy or sell or give guest posts based on you being proactive and you approaching other people, other domain owners. But additionally, you can be discovered by them. If you say that you're open for selling links or giving links, then you'll be discovered when other people are searching, either for a domain search or within campaigns. And equally that's true for buying links and guest posts. If you want to change any of these settings, simply click the settings icon here, and that's going to expand the domain settings to give you all of those options where you've got the choice of changing your category, changing your default anchor text, as well as changing whether you're open for or not open for the particular services that you wish to sell. As we've mentioned already, there's a credit value assigned to your domain, which is for the link insertions. Obviously, guest posts generally have a higher value than a link insertion, so therefore you've got the flexibility here to change the value that you want to charge for a guest post. So you can simply drag the slider, and the starting point is your current credit value, and the end point is 200% of that credit value. So you've got the flexibility to increase the price of your guest post based on the starting point of your credit value. So again, maintaining the fair and equitable pricing structure. In addition to that, if your domain does increase, for example, its traffic or its rating, obviously that is going to impact your value. You can simply click the update domain data here, and that will recalculate based on the present values from Moz and Ahrefs, etc., for these various elements of your domain. The final thing that we can do is update your guidelines. And again, the guidelines are based on what is acceptable from your own perspective of what you're willing to publish on your site. For example, maybe no casino links, no gambling, that sort of thing. And again, obviously from a guest post perspective, maybe you have a minimum amount of words per article, or you require a minimum number of images in your guest post. Again, all of those elements put in your guidelines so other users can see before they start making requests to you. So this covers all the basics of adding your domain to the platform and managing how it's going to be seen, how visible it is, and also the metrics that are going to define the value of your domain. In this next video, we're going to jump into the discoverability element. How can you find link partners? How can link partners find you? And how do we manage the deals? See you in the next video. Take care.